Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the next tutorial of this series. In this tutorial we are going to be learning, this is the part 3. Now please forgive me by saying double by mistake because I thought of Java, so the only variable we have is float, so I'll explain that in a moment. So last video we went with all of this basic sort of stuff, and if you haven't watched any of these videos, I recommend you watch them. I'll leave a link for all the videos in the description, and I'll make a playlist pretty soon so about all of this. So after we have done this, we already know all of this is, unless you haven't watched, of course. So what we're gonna do now today, we're gonna learn floats. So let's just not delete it, but let's just remove some stuff. We're just going to remove that and mostly delete all of it. So now let's type a float. So just I want you guys to follow again and you'll see what a float is. So again we're going to type my age, let's do my age equals, now let's say your age is not a whole number. So a whole number is basically 24, but now let's say your age is not a whole number, and maybe you're like around like let's say 15 years and 5 months old. So we'll type 15.5. Now notice that there's a point. So wait a minute, that's a float, right? So isn't that an integer, you might say? No, an integer cannot carry the age. So if I type my actual, so I'm just going to make a fake example. So if we type 15.5, if this was a integer, it won't understand it because an integer can only store a number without this point. So and a float can store it. So let's say print double the parentheses, and now we're going to type float. I mean not float, we're going to type our my underscore age. Now what else we can do is, if we press and if we go back the last letter, not the last but the first letter, and press shift and 9, what will happen is, and if we go to the other one and press end and put the shift and 0, what we can do here is, if you go in the bracket that is around the first bracket inside it, and we type, you can see that it will show a type class float. So this is a float and you can check it. Now if we remove the 0.5 and now we try it, it will show it's an integer. So if you're now, that is basically how what a float is. So guys, I'm keeping the tutorials pretty short because right now I know that many people do not like long tutorials, so I'm going to keep them pretty short. In the next video we're going to learn how to convert a string into, like let's say you have a string and it shows invalid error. So if you just want to preview, it's pretty much like this. So my age, let's say it's 23, and now we type print, this is just a preview, you don't write it, please don't write it, and then we type plus 23, but then we get an error that says cannot be converted. We would write this is what we would write, and that would basically should solve the issue. And now we can see it shows hello, you're 23 years old. I forgot to add that. So this is just a preview. Please do not do what I just did because you will not understand, and without understanding a programming language, it's nothing, it's just a waste of time. So it's very important to understand it first, and I will make the next tutorial a bit longer. So please guys, leave your style. So if you like long tutorials, I'll do them, but if you like short, then I'll do short. So majority will win. So if you support, by the way, the support was crazy. I just finished uploading the second tutorial just like around 17 minutes ago. It already got around like 2-3 views, which is pretty high. considering that I don't get this much views. So what you're going to press now is, now guys, without further ado, make sure to like and then subscribe and comment, and now bye bye.